There it is, everybody. The 50-day moving average in blue crossing below the 200-day moving average. A lot of people, when it comes to Cardano ADA, and really in the crypto markets in general, a lot of people think it's over. It's game over. For this cycle, this indicator going off, you're going to see the articles. Cardano ADA forms first 2024 death cross. There is so much missing context to this indicator. And I want to break down historically what this actually means and why this is lagging. This is a lagging indicator, and it actually might be more bullish than bearish. So please hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let's jump into the video. I want to start with just, this is kind of the narrative as it relates to Cardano. I wanted to start here, and then we're going to dive into the charts. I'm going to give you real examples historically of this move happening and why I really I don't think it's a bad thing. So let's start with the article. Cardano ADA, the 10th largest crypto by market cap, by market value, formed what is known as technical analysis as death cross. First occurrence of such pattern for ADA in the year 2024. I just want to show you something actually. Here's a video I did in June 2023. Check this out real quick. Specific one, especially as I've been kind of eyeing up this move in general. And this is a move that was happening back in 2023. And I'm bringing this specific example up because if you go to a daily chart on ADA, and we zoom out, that move, that was June 2023. That was the last time you see this 50-day crossing below in June 2023. That was the last time that this move has happened. Just look at the screen. When this move happened, was that indicator a leading indicator to say, man, ADA, at this moment, we just got that move. ADA is going it's going to capitulate. It's done. It really wasn't. And oftentimes when this move does happen, it's very simply an indicator that the worst is kind of over, this consolidation wise, right? And right now it's in a formation process. It's in a bottoming out process. And you can just see this was the bottoming out process. And we're going to talk about more of that in this video. Before I dive into that and I show you what the bottoming out process might look like for ADA this time around, if we go look at the move, I do want to just shout out iTrustCapital. Thank you, iTrust, for sponsoring this video. iTrust IRA, one of the hottest, best products in crypto, in my opinion. Had them for years. I've used them for years. Buy and sell crypto. And I wanted to talk about very briefly, and then we're going to get back into the ADA charts. I wanted to talk about probably what's most meaningful to me in relation to this product. How buying and selling crypto inside an IRA differs from an exchange. Because if you're a macro person like me, you're here in the long term, I think there's a lot of value in a product like this. So the example is this, and you might have heard me go over this before. Say you buy 10,000 worth of Bitcoin outside of an IRA. Many people are doing that, right? They're buying crypto outside of an IRA. Over the next few years, the value of that Bitcoin increased to 60,000, right? If you decide to sell the Bitcoin, what do we have? We have capital gains on the 50,000 gains. Let's take the same exact scenario within an IRA. You buy 10,000 worth of Bitcoin, this time within the IRA, Roth IRA, using after-tax dollars. The value grows to $60,000 over the next few years. If you sell the Bitcoin within the Roth IRA, the $50,000 gains is not subject to capital gains tax. Take that scenario, take it with ADA or an altcoin in a bull market, right? You're holding an altcoin in a bull market within this Roth IRA. And top of the bull market, you're like, you know what? I want to pivot to fiat, and you want to move it. You want to trade out. Or if you want to pivot to Bitcoin at the top of a bull market, anticipating the bear cycle, Bitcoin oftentimes doing better than cryptos and altcoins. If you want to pivot, you can do that and not be subject to capital gains tax after seeing bull market gains in whatever coin you're in, whether it's Bitcoin or altcoins. And if you wait until you're at least 59 and a half years old and the account has been open for at least 5 years, you can withdraw the money tax-free. That's pretty, if you have a long-term plan, right? And you can manage a bunch of your crypto portfolio in the long term within an account like this, there is a ton of advantages. And in terms of getting set up, there's no monthly account fee. There's no startup fees. There's a 1% crypto transaction fee for buying and selling. You can see gold transaction fee, $50, and silver transaction fee, $250. So really just a great company, very trusted within the crypto space, 9 billion in transactions and over 200,000 accounts. So special thanks to iTrustCapital for sponsoring this video, everybody. Hit the link below. It's extremely simple to get set up with them. You can just see the #1 crypto IRA platform in America. So special shout out to them. Let's get back into the ADA charts and talk about this. Here it is. This is the move. It's all about the bottoming out structure. And the purpose of me also showing this video that I did in June was very fact that, like, I was bullish on ADA then, right? When this crazy bearish, move that everybody thinks is so bearish was happening, I was bullish then. And in a similar way where I was, if we zoom out on the ADA weekly chart, I was bullish on ADA, back here when it was consolidating for a while after this dip after Shelly. I was bullish on ADA then, right? I'm going to show you on the weekly actually some really, I would say, promising data from a momentum perspective, but on the daily, I wanted to point something out. There's ADAs in June, moving average, the 50 moving average crossing below the red line, the 200, the similar move happening here. That's what it looked like back then. But I want to mention AVAX, for instance, another altcoin. You can see AVAX was also doing the same thing back in June, right? That 50-day crossing below. And AVAX actually kind of went a little lower, right? It was actually it kept falling. If you actually look at the ADA chart on the daily, it went a little lower, but not as much lower, it seems. And then Ethereum, I wanted to point this out. Ethereum had its own 50-day crossing below the 200, and that was in September. So that was months after something like AVAX and ADA were doing it. All the while, though, my point is this. Crypto is just in a consolidation phase across the board. It looks different on different charts, right? It looks different on AVAX chart here than maybe the ADA chart. But crypto is in consolidation. If we look at the amount of time ADA consolidated from that 50-day moving average crossing below the 200, and it was painful, right? There was a fake out to the upside, and then it fell back to the downside. But really, before it really found its bottom, it was like 120 days before it started just going crazy. But look how quick that happened. And all the while, what was happening? There was kind of just this hint of bullish divergence on the momentum oscillator. So 100 some days, right? That ADA was consolidating for after that move happened, that 50-day below the 200. And I'm bringing that up because if we just look at this, let's just say the 50 to, let's say 120 days. Let's take it to around 120 days, right around there. We're looking at around September. And this is the question that I pose for you, I pose for myself. And this would play into a bull market scenario. I just want to point that out. This plays into the patience that is needed here. 120 days from this moving, this indicator happening, would take us to around September. We're looking at 140 days post-halving. If we just go and look at the last halving, Bitcoin halving, and we go 140 days, look where ADA was. Almost an identical just consolidation area before it even actually had its bull run. So all of the consolidation, all of these types of bearish headlines that happen, I'm telling you, everybody, they look terrible. But if you're zoomed out on the cycles of crypto, if you're zoomed out on ADA, I truly don't think it's terrible. And if you actually look at what this is saying, it's saying that the indicator is a technical pattern that occurs when an asset's short-term moving average crosses below its long-term moving average. This pattern is often interpreted as a bearish signal that could precede a downward trend. And I have to just pause because there's so much lacking information there. There's so much lacking context. If you look at when the move actually happened back here, last cycle, that was certainly, in my view, not a bearish indicator. This was actually an indicator of things coming to an end. And if you go to the weekly chart, it's just, you can actually see, even in that move, let's go back to June 2023, right? Where was this? June 2023. This stock RSI and oversold environment, right? We're in an even more oversold environment on the stock RSI, quicker moving momentum oscillator. Right now, even on the short to midterm, there is a ton of room for an explosive move for ADA. That's not to say we might not get a little fake out and then come back down a little bit again. Kind of what happened last time when we got this similar indicator, a little bit of a fake out, back down again. So maybe we pull into the 20-week moving average around 54 cents, and then we need to consolidate, maybe even go a little bit lower, hitting this macro triangle that ADA already escaped, right? And then ADA's taking off. Everybody, my analysis doesn't really vibe with a lot of people because I'm a macro long-term person. And so these moves, though frustrating and I don't want them, I want to see all-time highs like now, just like everybody else. But these moves are always within just the back of my mind because this is just the way these markets move. And it takes a while before we really get these bull markets. And then when the bull market finally happens, it's very fast, right? So maybe it happens over here. It's going to be very fast, I think. But getting there is just grueling. It's the bear market. It's the bottoming out formation. It's the fake outs along the way. And we're right there, the fake outs along the way. And so one other thing I actually wanted to mention, that was the stock RSI. But notice even the MACD. If we're looking at the MACD, the fact that this histogram is in the red really nicely, it's consolidating. Even the MACD line in blue is just approaching that zero on the histogram area. Look at back here, right? When ADA was consolidating before that massive bull run, it was falling red. It was consolidating with that MACD at a similar time, right? After the Bitcoin halving. So this consolidation is needed. I think it always seems like it's the worst or it's going to get just so bad right before it actually starts getting better. That's not hopium. There could be months of consolidation. We have our downside targets that we've been tracking. We still have the lower 30s in play. And I'm just waiting to see if ADA is going to fall another leg down towards that target, or if we're going to start getting a move up before even maybe consolidating back down, or the bears are almost gone and ADA starts testing key moving averages, namely a pullback to the 50 and 200. And if ADA can break those areas to the upside and close daily candles above, we might be out of the woods sooner rather than later. So that's what we'll track, a move like that or a move like this that we saw back last time this happened. All about patience for me, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please hit the subscribe, hit the like. I will see you in the next video. God bless.